So what is the best and simplest way to launch your mini course, collect payments, and offer a great experience for your customers online? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that using some of the free tools available out there. Now, this is the fourth video in this series, and the steps in this video won't work if you haven't followed the last three videos. So that's creating that audience, validating that audience and product idea, creating that product that is then solving the needs of that audience. So if you haven't watched those videos, go back and rewatch those videos first, and then the steps in this video will make a lot more sense. So you have your audience, you've built your product, and now we need to sell that online. So I have three different options available in order to do this, but I'm going to leave the best one to last. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. So if you're doing this for free, a really simple option is using PayPal or Stripe links. So it involves you just setting up a free PayPal or Stripe account. So they simply just take a very small transaction fee and there's no ongoing subscriptions using this method. Then you would simply just send your customers or audience a link that they can use to check out. So this would be where they enter in their credit card information or they go through a PayPal checkout. So you can set that up. So once they check out via that payment link, they're then sent to that download via something like Dropbox or Google Drive, where you can just have a simple download for them. Another option is that when the payment goes through and is successful, then you could email that person a download link. Now, although this is a really good free option, the downside is it can require a lot of time managing all these payments and then making sure that your customers get that download. And it can also not be the best seamless sort of experience for your customer as far as checking out and receiving their download. Now, I do know of people making thousands of dollars a month using this simple method. And if you're starting out and you're only going to make a few sales, then this is a perfectly good free option that you can manage yourself. And as you get more and more sales, then you can look at expanding into something that's more fully automated. Now, another downside to this is that it's just a payment link. So when the customer actually clicks on that payment link, it just takes them straight to enter in their credit card information. It's not actually a product page of any sort. So a better option, and something that I recommend doing, is running a product page. So this will help your customers to basically understand what the mini course is about. And you can list all the benefits and the features of that mini course so the customer can really understand what it is they're going to gain from taking on that course. The other thing is you can also use it to build social proof. So you can use testimonials and feedback from other students that have completed the course already. And this is really going to help build trust between you and your audience. Now, this is what I do with all of my digital products. I have product pages for each of them, and I put those links to those product pages in all of my social media. So for instance, my YouTube tutorials will have links underneath them which go to that product page. And this is a much better option versus just having a payment link where people would go and basically just buy that product. Now, one free option for doing this is by using Wix or Site123. Both of these have free options if you just want to create a one-page product. Then you can combine this with your Stripe and PayPal links from the first option. The downside to all of this free stuff is that it does require a fair bit of time to manage and make it all work together. The hardest thing is basically getting all of these third-party free applications to communicate with each other. From experience, I've used a lot of free tools in the early days when I first started out. The downside is that it will require a lot of management. And the other thing about using a lot of free services is it's not the most seamless experience as far as your customer's concerned. So from what they're seeing, they might be going through multiple different free services. It's not going to be the most seamless experience for them. So all of these things add to what we call friction. And it's basically referring to how hard is it for your customer to go through that checkout experience. If they find it very frustrating, then they're going to have a hard time actually getting towards the end. And there's going to be a lot of that friction involved. So all of these points can be basically pain points for your customer that they're just not going to proceed with that purchase. Now, the other question you have to ask yourself is if you've spent all this time building an audience, validating a product, and then building that product, why then do you want to skimp on one of the most important steps, which is actually selling that product online? So the product page and that whole checkout experience is a really critical step to actually getting sales online or selling digital products. So in my opinion, if you're going to be charging for that end product, why then would you skimp and try to do that in the cheapest possible way when you could spend just a little bit of money and get something that's going to be a lot more automated, so you don't have to worry about managing it as much, and it's going to be a much better experience for your customer going through that checkout process. So this is where I've personally ended up after years of selling products online, going through all of those different free experiences. I finally ended up using something like Kajabi. Now, Kajabi is an all-in-one business platform, meaning that you just pay one monthly subscription and you get everything that you need to run your online business. You're going to get your email marketing, your website building, your checkout pages, and your course hosting, and it all comes together in one easy to use, simple interface, so you don't have to try and get everything to communicate to each other. This is the problem I've had with using something like Shopify in the past. It might seem cheap, but all of those little extras cost you money, and ultimately you end up spending just as much, if not more, from my own personal experience. And then you're spending hours trying to actually get a lot of those things to communicate together because they're all different third-party apps. With Kajabi, it's all in one place and everything works together because it's all made by Kajabi. Now, if you want to check out Kajabi for yourself, you can use my link down in the description below, and that'll give you an extended 30-day free trial. Plus, I'm also going to throw in a few free extras as a way of saying thank you for using my link. I'm going to give you my Creative Starter Kit. This is my full mini course, which shows you actually how to step-by-step go through and set up and build your website, get it up online and launch your digital product. And I'm also going to give you the optional free review video by me, or a one-on-one video call. We can go through your entire online business and how you can get the most out of using something like Kajabi. Now, this brings me into the last bit, which is actually what makes up an effective product page. Now, this on screen is from my Flatback of X website. This is a course for animation that I sell. And this is a really good layout as far as the structure that you want to follow for an effective product page. Now, I'm working on a video which is going to go through this in a lot more detail, and that'll be coming out hopefully soon. But in the meantime, you can use this. I'll link to this page in the description below. You can check this out for yourself if you're wanting to follow along with this particular structure. But the main sort of picture you want to paint is really focusing in on those pain points. So you want to go back to that second video where we were looking at validating that product idea in your audience. So you really want to focus in on the pain points, and then how is this mini course going to basically solve those pain points for those people. So you really want to focus in on what are the issues. So here I'm focusing in on why people might not actually follow through with online training. I talk about a lot of the issues that I personally had when I was starting out, because this is very relatable to my audience. The other thing is people always say, oh, I can learn this stuff online for free on YouTube. Well, the reality is you don't actually know if what you're learning is correct, and you don't actually know the steps that you need to take in order to go to that next level. So you always basically just end up watching mass amount of content, not really knowing if the content you're actually getting is good or not. So that's why when you actually buy a course, it should be very detailed as far as the steps that need to be taken in order to reach or solve that issue for your customer. So you're really making it easy for your customer to see how they're going to go from 0 all the way to 100, and that process that they need to follow in order to do that. So that's where your mini course comes into it. Then I introduce the product here and how are they actually going to benefit from it. This is really important. I have some social proof, which is my testimonials from students that have gone through the course. I show them what they're actually going to get in the course. I detail all the videos and what actually is included. I then show some of the things they're going to learn inside that course. And then I get into my pricing. I then offer a 14-day money back guarantee. It's me standing by that product. Again, I'm working on a video where we're going to go through how you actually build that product page out step by step. But this is the basic sort of structure that you would follow for a really effective product page. Again, if you want to check out Kajabi, you can use that link down in the description. Now in the next video, we're going to have a look at a really effective way to promote your mini course. You can also watch the other videos in this video playlist over here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.